Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, y'all? Kevin Jackson here. Lots to talk about. Did you guys, I know you saw that video, right? The video of the black mother who goes to the rally and she starts whooping up on her kid. He's in black and he's got one of those do-rags over his mouth, like a triangle, upside down triangle. And you can't see her, but she knows her son. And she goes up there, I think he's like on a stage, and she commences to whooping his head. I'm talking about slapping, whack, whack. And I wrote about her because I said, you know what? That mother is an amazing mom. This lady is a hero. I know the bleeding heart leftists will say, if you see the video, go to our website. They'll say she's abusing her teenage boy. He's a big kid. He's bigger than she is. He's a full 5-6 inches taller than she is. Light-skinned woman. Not heavy, but not little. Thick, as we would say, thick. And she finds her son out of all those people. And it was a lot of black folks. Now, they said he was Antifa, but I thought he was Black Lives Matter. He looked like black. He was dressed all in black. So he could have been either one. I don't know. But the people, if you watch her, man, she just starts to wailing on this boy. I mean, slapping him with her right hand. She grabs him. She's holding him with her left hand, and she just bang, bang, bang. And look, I know some of you are uncomfortable about this because white folks, you raise your children differently than black people. You do. I used to marvel at what my white friends could say to their parents. I remember my a buddy of mine, his name is Eddie Baldwin, and Eddie said he said S-H-I-T to his dad, like, and in anger, like his dad said, go give me the car keys. He's like, crap. And he was like 12 years old. And me and my brother looked at each other like, boy, that would be a death sentence for us. His dad didn't even skip a beat. Now, Eddie, go get it. It was like two peers talking to one another. I will never forget that moment. My brother, and you know how you are in tune with your bro. My brother's older now I am, but we looked at each other like, did that just happen? Because we knew exactly. My grandmother would have been digging our hole. This wasn't going to happen. So it's different discipline. And between us girls, I don't understand white people discipline necessarily, because, and don't misunderstand me, there should be more communication. I look back on my life, my grandmother would have done a lot better talking to me at times versus pulling out that extension cord. You gotta get that extension cord. That was her threat. Don't make me get that extension cord. You know what an extension cord is? You plug something else in, not one of these big ones now, but the little ones with the wire, the copper wire. And she would get that thing and you could hear it. It was like a switch. Remember, you had to go get your own switch? That was a fate worse than death. You try to get something that wouldn't hurt, a lot, but wouldn't break. Because if a switch broke, then you were in bigger trouble. So you had to get something that hurt. You became good at switch picking. I could tell you a good switch. Find something that you could hear it make that sound in the air, and you were your own executioner. You go back. You go, Grandma. You go, my dear. Oh man, you kids! These my producers have never had to go get their own switch. They're looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you had to go get what? Your own switch? What's an extension cord? They don't even know what an extension cord is because there's been so much technology. You just plug in that 6-plate thing, right? Or the big ones now that have all the different gadgets. They don't even know what that stuff is. Youngsters. Anyway, if you see this, you might go, she's abusing that child. And for the multitude of silly butt leftists who believe they control the black population, I'm telling you, Supermom it should make you scared. Because Supermom went up there in the midst of all this rioting and this, Antifa BLM crap. She went up on the stage, grabbed her son by the hair, by the ear, whatever, and started wailing on him in public. She deserves an award. She didn't care who saw that butt kicking. Yeah. And to his credit, that young black thug in training, he responded appropriately, and he took that butt kicking like a champ. He's bigger than his mom. Now, she was mad. She was a mama grizzly. Well, what I like most about what this mother did was she didn't do the white thing. I'm not trying to make my show racial because I laugh at all the racist stuff, but I'm just saying she didn't do the white thing. She didn't wait until she got home and put the kid in timeout and lecture. Well, now listen, Jaquan. She publicly humiliated this teen. I told my son, he's 11 years old, about to be 11 in December, and I told him, you backtalk me while you're playing baseball amongst your friends. If you think for 1 second I'm waiting till we get home, you're out of your mind. The way I will keep you from becoming a miscreant is I will treat you the same way at home as I do in public. And if you backtalk me, I will spank your butt in front of God and everybody. And that's what that woman did. She publicly humiliated her son. This way, other blacks could see how to discipline a teen headed for the penitentiary or the grave. And there were other black kids looking around, but they weren't laughing. See, we think that if we publicly humiliate our kids, it'll be, oh, and people will do. What people do is they gain respect for your parents, and then they understand that you are untouchable. As a kid, when my grandmother went after me publicly, not that I was hanging around bad kids. Y'all like, oh, it's a Freudian slip, Kevin. No, not all black kids are bad. In fact, most of them are good. But when I was hanging around kids, my grandmother, she probably didn't realize she was doing this, but she disciplined me on the spot. Because what it said to these kids was, if you say, oh, Kevin, you just a chicken. Oh, man, they were like, Kevin's grandmother will come and whoop, you do not want to mess with. I know why Kevin ain't doing it. Now, my buddy, Eddie, who talked back to his dad, he could say whatever he wants. So if they said, Eddie, can you do something? He couldn't go, no, man, my dad will whoop my butt. They'd be like, boy, I heard you talk to your dad. Your dad ain't going to do nothing. But if you said that about my grandmother, people would look at you like you were crazy. Now, I didn't need that because I wasn't, you weren't going to intimidate me anyway because I was a little martial artist and I was going to fight. But I'm just saying, it didn't hurt that people knew my grandmother didn't play. And as we say in the black community, Miss Thompson don't play. She don't play. So I think the other important thing about that lady doing that publicly was somebody videotaped it. And that videotaping of that butt kicking of her son, that butt whooping, was viral now. And it became a lesson. It became a tool for people to see. Now, I don't know anything about the life of this mother, but I'm going to suggest something to you. I'm going to suggest that she's a single mom. Because if she were married to the boy's father, she would only have to look as the father parented that teen. Both of them would have gone up there, and the father would have gone to that teen and done the same doggone thing. At the very least, you don't send one of them. That is a show of solidarity, unless that father was non-existent. I mean, I'm not non-existent, but had a job and couldn't come up. But so I don't know. He could have been home, at the work, his job. I don't know. But I suspect she's a single mom. But one thing is for sure, that mother did not buy into leftism. I can hear her saying to this boy in the video, you can hear her saying, WTF are you doing? And she's yelling at him. WTF is wrong with you? Get the F out of here. She's going crazy. Language, bad language. I get it. That's not good parenting. Beating your kid and then saying, WTF you doing here, boy, what? And I know that's what white people are out there thinking, Kevin, that's awful. I mean, listen to the language. Let me tell you something, folks. It's a different way to raise black kids. I'm not trying to make this racial. I'm trying to tell you, you cannot go into an environment like that without having turned on your lion. Without having gone in there to say, I'm saying to you, son, and everybody around you that I will take care of business. It reminds me of this father who his son was in a gang, and he videotaped him whooping his son's butt, and he said, I'll post this for the gang. My son is off limits. Now, see, a lot of people wouldn't have done that. Now, I'll be honest with you. Part of me doesn't like seeing a black woman, a black mother, young black mother, going jungle on her son. But I get it. I was that kid. That's how things work with kids this far gone. Her job, folks, was not to coax her son back. Hey, listen, hey, what are you doing, son? I can't believe I didn't raise you this way. The suburban white way. And again, I'm colorizing this for a reason. There are certain things that need to be colorized. And this one needs to be colorized. I'm so proud of her. Because it would be easy to go, I wonder if somebody's going to call Child Protective Services. I wonder. She didn't think about any of that. Her son was more important. I'm going to run out of time here because there's something else I want to talk about with respect to this story. We'll be back.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.